Yo, when you got a name like Shakira Twitterson, you tend to tweet things that you don't really mean. You tend to tweet things out that you later on gonna regret when things don't go your way. For example, yesterday, Shakira Stevenson tweeted, "I'm rocking with Tevin Farmer. Get them goofies out of boxing." When talking trash on Twitter goes wrong, Shakira Stevenson edition. Floyd Schofield came out in the first round, dropped Tevin Farmer. Farmer got up, got his ass dropped again. Farmer got up, got finished by Floyd Schofield. Easy win for Kid Austin.
You stand toe-to-toe, you gonna hit the flow against Schofield, because he like to rumble.
I got a question for y'all. Type it up in the comment section. I will pin the best comment. What do you think was going through Tevin Farmer's mind right here? What do you think Tevin Farmer was thinking about at this very moment? I'm not even joking with y'all. I will pin the best comment if y'all could type up what was going through Tevin Farmer's brain right here.
He from Philly.
I can't even lie to y'all. I think that Tevin Farmer got stopped in the first round because he is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I think that's the only reason he got stopped in the first round, because the man is from Philly. Instead of congratulating Kid Austin, instead of saying, "Yo, Kid Austin, good job, bro. Good knockout punch," Shakira Stevenson turned into the hater that he is and tweeted out, "Come on, Tevin, you gotta know he was gonna come out fast."
Shit.
Hey, yo, Shakira, why you delete this, bro? Why did you delete this tweet? I think we know why you delete the tweet. Because you know you sound like a straight up hater. Then Shakira said, "Any fighter is dangerous in the first round, especially these little kids. Don't get too hyped up of Tevin Farmer being irresponsible." Instead of congratulating Floyd Schofield, instead of just saying, "Yo, good knockout, bro. Congratulations on your win." Immediately, Shakira Stevenson tried to discredit the man. Why can't Shakira Stevenson just give Floyd Schofield some credit? Instead, he be nothing but a hater. Typical Shakira Stevenson activity.
He ain't from the trenches.
I think I know where it's coming from. Everybody take a look at Mr. Tevin Farmer box rec. If you look at Tevin Farmer's last two fights, the man fought William Zepeda for 24 rounds. And William Zepeda could not stop the man. Keep in mind that Shakira Stevenson is about to fight William Zepeda. Do you think that Shakira Stevenson is going to get a stoppage against William Zepeda? Absolutely not. And that's where the hate stems from. Floyd Schofield stopped the man who went 24 rounds with Shakira Stevenson's ex-opponent. If I'm going over some of y'all heads, I expect to. Shakira Stevenson is not going to stop Zepeda. Therefore, Kid Austin is looking like a whole hero right now in the eyes of Shakira Stevenson. That's why the man hating on him. Shakira Stevenson is mad as hell because Kid Austin got dynamite in them hands and Shakira Stevenson breaks his hand every time he fight. That's why Shakira Stevenson jealous. Oscar De La Hoya put up on Instagram, "The entire lightweight division is on notice at Kid Austin." Wanna know what's crazy? Yesterday was Shakira Stevenson's birthday. So instead of celebrating his birthday, the man went on Twitter being nothing but a hater. Imagine being a hater on your birthday. Typical Shakira Stevenson activity. And why the hell you always throwing on mob ties, bro? Ain't you from Newark, New Jersey? I never heard of mob ties being from Newark, New Jersey. Mob ties is from Texas. You are not from Texas, bro. Where the hell is you from? Is you from Newark, New Jersey, or is you from Texas? Mob ties, soft as hell. And you did not have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that Jake Paul was gonna win last night no matter what happened. Jake Paul could have got knocked out, woke up, and still won the fight. It is the Jake Paul show, but I can't even lie to y'all. Chavez Jr. impressed me. Chavez Jr. did his thing. He landed the cleanest shots. It's only one problem. He took too long to get started in the fight. But when I was watching the fight, I finally figured out Jake Paul's weakness. What Jake Paul wants to do in fights is stay long and rangy, so he could tap you with the jab and unload on a big right hand. But when you step inside Jake Paul's chest and force the man to have an inside fight, the man does not know what to do. Jake Paul does not know how to fight on the inside. And those y'all who actually know the sport of boxing, learning how to fight on the inside is the hardest thing to learn in the sport of boxing. Jake Paul is very inexperienced on the inside. As soon as Chavez Jr. figured that out, he started to step to Jake Paul. He started to work on the inside, and all Jake Paul could do was clinch up. Jake Paul got exposed. As y'all can see, the man started backing up once Julio Cesar Chavez figured the man out. Once Chavez Jr. figured out that Jake Paul got no inside game, he was easy work. Easy money. Jake Paul was exhausted. Jake Paul got gas, and a man who literally been to rehab started to walk Jake Paul down. Jake Paul had no answers, and I think that Jake Paul lost the fight. Jake Paul clearly lost this fight if you know what you're looking at. Jake Paul did not win last night in my opinion. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. definitely deserved his victory. It looked like Jake Paul outweighed the man by about 50 pounds. Jake Paul was clearly the bigger fighter. The man just fought at heavyweight. Chavez Jr. was a smaller man, but he was outboxing Jake Paul. He was beating Jake Paul. But when it's a Jake Paul show, whatever Jake Paul says goes. You could clearly tell who grew up in the sport of boxing and who started boxing 3 years ago. All you gotta do is watch the fight. Jake Paul got exposed because Jake Paul's weakness, like I said, is inside fighting. He does not know how to fight on the inside. Just watch the fight. You're gonna see Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. landed on Jake Paul's head, and Jake Paul did not have an answer. He can't fight on the inside. I'm gonna say it again. Jake Paul's weakness is inside fighting. He is clueless. He is lost when he gotta fight on the inside. After Jake Paul robbed Chavez Jr., he went backstage to the post-fight press conference and had a face-off with Gilberto Ramirez. How do y'all think this fight would go? Do y'all think this fight would ever happen? I doubt the fight would ever happen. Jake Paul took this opportunity to get a photo op with a real champion. No way in hell that Jake Paul will ever become a champion. He's not gonna fight Ramirez. Ramirez will stop Jake Paul in the very first round. He is fooling y'all. Respect to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and I don't even think y'all even realize it, but Chavez Jr. just showed everybody how to beat Jake Paul. Step inside the man's chest and work. Jake Paul is clueless on the inside. Respect to Chavez Jr.
I know Southpaw TV.
And I do not know where this came from, but out of nowhere last night, Ryan Garcia talking about F Golden Boy Promotions. I know why Oscar is a B in many people's eyes, and that's facts. I cannot wait till I'm away from that fake B. I'ma turn up and win just like I did against his bitch-ass fighters.
I did get death threats.
De La Hoya took the female route. When I say that, I mean that the man leaked a text message. Not a DM, but a text message. As y'all can see, it is too explicit for me to read on YouTube. But Oscar De La Hoya say, unfortunately, Ryan Garcia is having another episode. 10 days ago, he talking about God and finding his path. Then tonight, he sends me this rant while watching his fellow Golden Boy fighters win. Bipolar disorder is very serious, and I hope he gets the help he needs.
Tank Davis is a star.
Then Ryan pulled up the old picture of why we called the man Oscar de la Fishnet. Ryan Garcia said, this is a grown man, by the way, and it's embarrassing as a promoter. I really hope he get the help he needs. He got people looking up to him, etc. I put up with your bullshit for years. You are a mockery as a promoter. And as a person, get well cokehead.
Why you disrespecting mine?
And Turki Alashiki, the biggest culture vulture in boxing, posts up this picture. It looks like Devin Haney and Devin Haney with a different hairstyle. But apparently, in this picture, you're looking at Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. The captions say, in November in Riyadh, Brian Norman Jr. will defend his welterweight title versus Devin Haney on a Riyadh season card. More exciting surprises to come.
My stepmom is white, so.
My question is, why do two American fighters gotta go to Saudi to fight? Why do two American-born fighters gotta go to Saudi Arabia to have a fight, knowing damn well none of their fan base will be there?
You could say that we're trash.
I put 2 and 2 together. This is just a theory of mine, so bear with me. Maybe the fight is happening in Saudi Arabia because the Haneys wanted to happen in Saudi Arabia. Y'all know, the Haneys bowed down to Turki Alashiki. They catered to the man. Matter of fact, the Haneys basically lose their culture every time they reference Turki Alashiki. For example, when Ring Magazine posts up the news, Bill Haney, the king of all deceivers, post up, Mash Allah. I don't know what that means because I'm not Arabic. I do not pretend to be Arabic. If some of y'all know what that means, type it up in the comment section. But it looks like Bill Haney is catering to Arabic culture.
You could say that we're trash.
Translation, that's why they're having the fight in Saudi Arabia, because the Haneys bow down to Turkey and his culture. Devin Haney say 3-division champion November, some word in Arabic. I don't know what it means. Type it up in the comment section if y'all know what this means. But this is exactly why the fight will be in Saudi Arabia, because the Haneys are bowing down to Turki Alashiki culture. They are black Americans, but they are pretending that they are Arabic. I think that Devin is only taking his fight in Saudi Arabia because he knows that the judges will be on his side. He bows down to Turkey. Brian Norman Jr. got a great left hook, but I doubt that Devin Haney will get hit by the left hook because he's going to be running all 12 rounds. I will be rooting for Brian Norman Jr. Let's go, Brian Norman Jr.
Man, Southpaw TV keep it trill, man, for real. I respect somebody, man, that have their own opinion. have their own opinion, don't have an agenda in their body. They just talk it like it is. Southpaw TV, fire. Fire. Y'all sub to his channel.
When you say something about my son, then I'm on you. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you can fight.